And our kind of goal was, how can we start our health journey together as we're building out our family, as we're trying to look at, other people in our family who have diabetes, high blood pressure, suffer from heart attack and heart disease. Like, how can we kind of start shifting that family culture a little bit for our kids and people around us? So that's where we started True Health Forever, which started off as a beautiful blog where we made 5 cents on that WordPress through ads. All right, we're out. Let's go. Bring them out. Bring them out. Hey, there she go. What's going on, Meek?
Hey. I love this. This is so dope.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go.
It's been an evolution. You can see this is episode 101. Right. So it took us some time to get here. If you go back to episode 1, it's nowhere near this quality. I'm not going to lie to you.
But welcome to the TH4 podcast. We appreciate you. Can you please, first off, just go ahead? I know we gave you a little sauce. We gave you a little introduction, but if you don't mind introducing yourself and where you're from.
My name is Tamika Young. I go by Meek. Meek University is my business. I am born and raised in San Francisco, California, currently residing in Houston, Texas. I've been here since May of last year.
Nice. From the Bay.
All right. What part of SF?
If we want to be technical, I guess you could say the Fillmore district.
Okay. Used to love the I don't know if it's still there. Used to be Ethiopian restaurant right down there. Queen of Sheba or something like that. That was delicious. My mom's from the Bay. My nana still lives there, so I got some love there. We about to go visit them in a few days.
Yeah, we'll be there on Thursday. But
I go too.
Oh, really? I'm gonna have to link up.
All right, a little round 2. We're in Hunters Point.
My name is Sinclair, and I'm a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner who has created a program that takes a deep dive into your hormone levels and your overall metabolic health to create a highly personalized weight loss protocol that will have you lose up to 30 pounds, gain energy, and have you feeling so good that you go into the back of the closet and pull out that freakum dress. We all have one. So if you are ready to invest in the last weight loss program you will ever need, go to queen2queencoaching.com and book a discovery call to figure out which queen to queen package is right for you. Talk to you soon.
But I want to talk about entrepreneurship and business ownership, right? Because that's what Meek University is all about. It's what your brand is all about. Why is business ownership important to you?
I feel that business ownership is important because a 9-to-5 will never, I don't want to say never. I get a little slack about this sometimes, but having a 9-to-5 for me, not having a 9-to-5, I have been able to completely create my own lane. The freedom as far as like being with my children, as far as putting a number on the amount of money that I can make. I'm pretty much averaging my yearly salary monthly now. And so
wait,
right. Run it back.
You said you are averaging what you used to get every year. Now as an entrepreneur, you get every month.
Yes.
Crazy.
How does that feel? Because that's where we want to go. Yeah. How does that feel? The fact that you had the bravery to, leave that 9-to-5. And I believe you came from a corporate world. So it wasn't like you were leaving McDonald's. You weren't leaving Walmart, right? You were leaving a solid position and you just bet on yourself and you see, that ROI coming in. How does that feel?
It feels really good because I never planned on being an entrepreneur. Actually, when I quit my 9-to-5, that was not a part of the plan. I dropped my kids off at school. I went to work, and the next thing I know, I had packed up everything in my office and I left.
Wow.
I was a single parent. I didn't have a savings. I didn't have a plan. My credit was jacked up. Like when I say I did not plan on being an entrepreneur. I didn't. And so I can honestly.
And you were living in the Bay?
Yes.
Goodness gracious.
Yes.
Woo.
And I can honestly say that's the best decision that I've ever made aside of having my children.
Yes.
No.
It hasn't been a walk in the park, but I wouldn't do I wouldn't do it any different. I wouldn't do it any other way at all.
Love it. So I got a few follow-ups. I don't know if I want to go the kid route first or how'd your journey start? But I think I want to start off with, how did your journey start? So you said you didn't want to start the business, like that wasn't the plan initially. But once you got the idea, can you start walking through like what was the first, if it wasn't Meek University, what was that first business that you started? And how did you just get the ball rolling, starting, fixing your credit and learning about how to launch and build a business?
So let me just say this. The day that I quit my job, I signed up for Uber, and I never did anything like that before. I've always had an office job, but I would drive the same hours that my kids went to school, but I knew that couldn't be long term. And so I saw something on Facebook. One of my mom's friends' daughters that posted like this spreadsheet from Amazon. And so I'm like, what is that? And she said, oh, we do drop shipping on Amazon. I had never heard of drop shipping before. And so we talked on the phone for a few minutes. She said she was going to have her mentor give me a call to tell me or teach me about Shopify and drop shipping. I'm a researcher by nature. And so till this day, about 5 years later, I've never gotten a call from right.
Cool.
But I did research on drop shipping and I did research on Shopify, and I started drop shipping hair extensions. And so that was January. So I quit my job June 1st, 2016. I started selling hair extensions January of 2017. I didn't know anything about tech or websites. I made a website. I made a logo. Keep in mind, I was broke, right? I made the website. I made the logo. I started drop shipping hair. I just kind of put it out there on Facebook. And then people that knew me was buying hair. In my third month of selling hair, I made $11,000. And I was like, hold on, struggle is over.
Right.
And so I just started.
Why aren't we selling hair?
That's literally
why aren't we selling hair, Sinclair?
Look, we need to look into this.
Hair is hard. Hair is hard. It's tricky. I'll say that. And so, and then I started investing in classes and I started changing my mindset, like really doing a lot of like self-work, because the mindset that I have today, I did not have 5 years ago. And so I started taking classes, started selling hair. About 4 months in of selling hair, I reached out to my hair vendor like, hey, I want to come to China. And so since I've hosted about 11 group trips to China, I've taken nearly 100 people over there to cut the middleman out. So yeah, it just kind of went from there. So it was the hair and then the China trips, and I would do pop-up shops because I'm like, I need to create multiple things in case one thing gets slow. And I just kept on doing that. And so in 2017, I flew out to Houston and I attended a seminar that was given by someone named Meek as well, Boss Lady on Instagram. And I learned a lot of information at her seminar, but I had been picking up pieces along the way. And I was like, wow, like I've learned so much. It is my duty to put my people in position to get this knowledge. Yeah. So then I started doing seminars, Track with Meek. They were $40. So it was just like, it was information on just kind of how to grow your business a little bit. Of course, I know a lot more now. And then just like tips on personal credit and branding and marketing and things like that. And that's pretty much how I started. One thing that I would always say in my seminars is my passion is helping people, but helping people won't make me rich. I'm not rich yet. This will be my $1 million year.
Let's go, manifest that. Yep.
However, I've made the most money helping people. throughout everything that I've done in the last 5 years.
I love it. I love it. Queen, before you ask your question, I want to ask a follow-up back to the kids part, right? Because first off, the story is dope, and it reminds me of kind of Frank Lucas when I'm thinking about, going back to Vietnam, cutting out the Minuteman. Oh, like that's the trip that I see in my head. Yeah. But being able to, be in charge of your own time and, teach other people financial literacy and have your kids watching that. What are things that you're hoping your kids are kind of picking up from watching you go out there, grind, start your business? Like, what are things that you're hoping that they're watching or that you're intentionally telling them along your journey?
So my daughter will be 22 this month. Okay. And so I spend a lot of time trying to get her I'm your mother. You should be like making some real money. Like there is nothing in the business space that I can't teach you about. She's finding her way now. She's finding her way now. I've completely threatened her about ruining her credit, because I started ruining my credit so young and did not get it together until I was about 36. I'm 41 now. And so I'm like, I've made all of these mistakes for all of us, right? So you won't have to do that or won't need to do that. My kids will not get it out the mud. Unless, they decide to take a left turn, I don't know. My son he'll be 13 in June, and he has a hustler mindset, and he's been like that since he was like 5 or 6. He would draw pictures and like sell them to his dad's friends. And every time I would go to China, I started him a cell phone accessories business, and he would leave with a certain amount of stuff and he would come back and have more money. I'm like, well, how did you get so much money? He's like, well, they have to give me a tip because I delivered the product to them. I'm like, oh, okay. Yep. So they're watching. They're definitely watching and taking notes. My son at 12 is like, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Like, you did it. You're successful. My daughter, I mean, she's been with me half my life. So she's seen the struggle. So yeah.
Got you. Go ahead, Queen.
So walk through like your strategy of starting a business. Like, what do you teach to your students on? Someone came to you like, hey, I'm thinking about starting this business. What would be like the first kind of couple steps you ask them to do?
Yeah. How would you make $11,000 selling hair? That's basically what she's asking.
Okay. Well, so I feel that's different. So one thing I'm going to say, I don't really take people from the start phase. The majority of the people that I deal with already have businesses. They may be newly in business, but they've already started some part of their process and they're just stuck, right? One thing that I tell everybody is people buy people first. They buy products. They buy products second. So no matter, you may have a really amazing product, but if no one knows you or know about your lifestyle or whatever, then they may not purchase from you. I've built a pretty solid foundation on social media. Like, my main thing is teaching people how to make money on social media. And that's showing up, being consistent. I'm very transparent. I am very open. If I set a money goal and I don't make it, I share it. I don't walk around and act like, oh, I have this and that, and oh, I meet all my money goals. No, if I didn't make it, I didn't make it, and I share these things, so I'm very relatable. So yeah, as far as, like I said, the main thing that I do is teach people how to make money on social media.
Okay. So let's say that I'm a entrepreneur, which that I am.
Yes, you are.
I'm stuck. I got health coaching. My business I got my program together, but no one's buying it. What would you, and I'm selling it on social media. What would be like the first couple things that you would, what would we do? Right. If I come to you, what would be like working with you kind of look like?
So the first thing I would do, and it depends on how you come. Previously, I took calls. I no longer take calls, but if you were to book a strategy session with me, I would check out your social media, right? And so if you haven't posted in 7 days, in my mind, you're not in business. So people want to see people that are showing up and that are consistent. If you only have like 5 posts, one from 2020, then, you know, that's kind of a red flag. And I see it, you know, I see it all the time, and just kind of tell you that you want to include, and then say you are posting every day and regularly, you know, you want to post some lifestyle stuff in there. If you have children, and I'm not saying you have to plaster your kids all over the internet, but I share a lot of stuff in my story, a whole lot of stuff. Some of the stuff I share in my story, I would never share on my actual page. But you just have to let people know that you're a real person. They want to see you. People are nosy. They want to kind of be in your business a little bit. And at the same time, you have to build a community of people. You have to build a tribe.
Thank you for tuning in to the True Health Forever podcast. We hope you learned something valuable that you can take and implement into your life. Now, we've all heard that sharing is caring, and this podcast is no exception. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend, a family member, a coworker, a stranger walking down the street, anybody who you think can level up from this message. As always, we appreciate your support, and we'll talk to you next week. Be well.